everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well. This is going to be kind of a Tim Holtz Tuesday. We're going to construct our little thing that we're going to use to do our Halloween decoration with, and it's not going to be like a whole journal. It's just going to be a little kind of booklet thing. But anyway, I'm going to do that today, and I'm going to be using a few things. I've got some worn wallpaper, Halloween, and I also have, where's the thing for this? This is the backdrops, Halloween backdrops, and so we're going to use those. And I have just some black cardstock, and that's pretty much it. I might use a little bit, let me get it out here if I can get it. I have some design tape, the Halloween, Tim Holtz Halloween design tape, and I'm going to use a little bit of that, and I may use a little bit of mummy cloth. And we won't get to any of the decorating today, so we're just going to kind of get to the structure part of it, and then hopefully the next time we'll do the decorating, and I probably will just do that and then speed it up because that always takes forever to do. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I basically have cut out this shape that I'm going to use for the cover. It is, let's see, it is almost 7 inches, so it's 7 7/8, and it's about 3.5 wide, and I just kind of cut off the top, kind of like a coffin shape, but I wanted the bottom flat. I wanted it to be more like a tag because I want it to be able to sit down. And I'm going to be doubling this. At some point it'll be the double thickness, and this is pretty thick cardstock, so I'll be doing that. But for right now, what I'm going to do, let me get my other black paper out of here. I need a total of 4 of these, okay? So I already figured out the size I want, so I'm going to actually make several of these. I'm just using it as a template. Okay, so these are all the same size, and so I have a total of 4. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my papers ready that go in here, and I kind of have figured out how I have to do this. So each of these papers are 10 inches. So what I did is I scored these at 1 inch, 5 inch, and then right at 9 inches. So it gives me 1 inch on each side, and then that in the middle. So what will happen is when I put these together, you'll see the sides kind of like that. Okay, I'm doing 3 of them total. I don't know which one. I think I might use this one. This one's cool too. I just kind of have to look and see. Alright, so I'm going to score this, and I'm going to score it right at 1 inch. And then I'm going to do it at 5 inches. And then I'm going to do it right at 9 inches. Because this is 10 inches long, and I'm using 1 inch on each side to attach. And then I'm using, there's going to be a total of 4 inches in between. Our little tag is, let's see, it is 3.5 inches. So there'll be like a 1/2 inch sticking out on each side. So it'll go kind of, where'd my bone folder go? Like this. So let's say we want this side to show. So this will go, and you kind of attach like 1/4 inch of it. Maybe a little more, because you want equal amounts to show on each side. And so that would go like that, and then you attach the next one to that. Now I may not put that one in the front. Let me see. I have some other ones here. I might do 4. I have 3 ready to go. And I did the same thing on all 3. And let's see. First I did a 1/4 inch, and I realized that's not going to be enough because it doesn't really allow you to put this in the middle, but it kind of helps because it lets you know where you are as far as putting this on there. Let's see, why don't I do this? So that would go there. I just don't like how plain that is, but I'm going to be putting some tape on that, so it won't matter. Okay, I'll do that. All right, I think I'll do that one. I think I like that one the best because it's the most colorful. So I'm just going to take my glue, and I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on this 1/4 inch area here. I hope my glue is not clogged up again. So I hope everybody's doing okay. My allergies again are killing me. I took my dog to the dog park because, you know, you got to do that. And, man, I'll tell you, I can't handle it. So now I am going to take this and make sure it's even with the bottom because I want it to be able to stand up. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this so I can really see that it's equal. I want it to be equal gap on each side, and I'm just eyeballing it. I guess it's less than 1/4 of an inch, so let's see if I measured over here. How far is that? That is, actually it's exactly 1/4 of an inch on each side. Okay, so we had a 1/2 inch extra because this was 4 inches and then this was 3.5. So we had a 1/2 inch, so we have 1/4 of an inch on each side of a gap, okay? And that's how it's going to work. What I want to do now is I want to tear the top of this to make it look random. And I'm just going to do that while it's attached. I could have done that before. That would probably have been better. But I'm still going to do it anyway because I do want it to look kind of random. I'm not going to tear the bottom because I want this to be able to stand up. I think the next one I definitely will tear it before I glue it. Okay, I like that. Alright, so that's how I'm going to do that one. Okay, so that is going to go like that. And the reason I want it to be even on, I want it, when it's all done, I want you to be able to like, just like a card, have it open and you be able to see everything. That's kind of the point. And you can do that other ways. You can make it jagged on the bottom and then put pockets and stuff that hang down. And I may end up doing that, but for right now, I'm not going to do that because this is easier. I'm just doing it easier. Okay, so let's see. What is my other one? I think I'm going to do the black one next and see how that looks. And on that, I'm going to take, we have this little piece here, and I'm going to attach it to this piece. And then that will flip over like that. And then go like that. And then go like, oh, you know what? The white will show then. I'll do it on the half. Okay, so we have this piece here. This is how it's going to be. Got our 1/2 inch mark there. Got a 1/2 inch mark there. And I'm going to glue these two together. And so what will happen is this part right here will get glued into here. And then it'll be right there. Because I want it the same because we want to be able to close it later. So I'm going to take my 1/2 inch mark here. You know what? I am going to tear this though. I kind of don't know where to tear it on here. I want it to go even with that a little bit. Kind of even. Just want it to be the same height. And I'm going to go down. And I'll ink all these up and sew and do all that. But Anyway, so I thought this would be really fun, and I wanted to do this and do it in a very easy way. Okay, so this is going like that, going like that, and I'm going to take this. This is our 1/2 inch mark here, and I'm going to put that there. And that's pretty close to the top. I can tear it more later. So, or they're just butting into each other, and that's how we're gluing them down. And I'm just using my art glitter glue. You could use any kind. And I am going to go back and sew on this, but you definitely don't have to sew. But I am making the bottom even because I really do want it to stand up later. So I did that side, and now I'm going to do this side. All right. And in the end, you end up decorating it so much, it kind of almost doesn't matter that much, but you kind of want the paper underneath, but you're going to see a lot of it, I guess. But anyway, I'm just excited to get to play with all this stuff because I bought it. Now see how that comes down like that? Like I may want to tear that a little bit more right there so it's even or whatever. Anyway, so then this is what we're going to have so far, right? And then that goes, see, that's even. So then the next one, I don't think I want to do this because this is kind of black. I think I'm going to do this one. So that means I have to score it. And again, we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to go 1 inch. Then we're going to go 5 inches. And we're going to go, and then you can use any paper. So depending upon the paper, you just have to have enough of a piece on the end. And I figured 1 inch gives you that most of the time. There are other ways to do this, but I found this the easiest because I tried a couple other ways, and I really like this. I like the look in the end because I wanted mine reasonably uniform so that it would stand up on the bottom, and I also wanted it to be uniform on the end so that I'm going to put a closure on that. Okay, so here's that piece, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right here. What do I want? I think I want the green to show, so I'm going to be doing, yeah, okay. So let's do, I think that can go here. Well, then it would have to go this way. Okay. Right. So then, I don't know. Do I want that? Maybe I want that. We'll see. All right. So I'm going to put this on like that. I think I'm going to do it to where the green shows, and all I do is I take that, I'm going to put this on this side, and then that on that side. I'm trying to look and see where I need to tear it. I'm looking, kind of holding it up, and it's going to go right here, right there. So that's where I'm going to start to tear, right? And then, okay. There we go. All right, so that's going to go there. And I think this will be the last one. I don't know. I may put the other one on, but it's an awful lot to decorate, so I even measured and it's still off. Okay, well, that's all right. I can tear it a little bit more. So I'm just going to connect this to that. And as I said, I'm going to sew mainly because I just want the look of the sewing, but the art glitter glue will definitely hold this. You wouldn't need to do anything else. And a lot of other glues too, tacky glue, whatever. So I'm just going to fold it, make sure it's in that crease. Okay, and even on the bottom, because that's the important thing, so that it Yeah, see how that's like right there? I'm going to go back in and tear that. Okay, so that'll go like that. And I don't know, I think that's big enough. Yeah, I think that'll be plenty big. Okay, so then this will go like that. That'll go like that. Did I do? Yeah, I did do the 5 inches, not wanting to bend. Oh, I didn't use my bone folder. That's okay. I'll do it now. There we go. All right, now that I've done that, all right, now I have to attach the back, and it needs to end up being even with this. And I'm going to tear these other pieces too, but so I'm going to put it and make sure so that this one, when it goes on, okay, see how they're both lined up the same? So when you look from the front, you can't really see the back, okay? So that's how it's going to be. So we're going to put that on, and I'm going to put it on here so I can move it around. And hopefully this can do this, because this glue dries really quickly, so you have to kind of... I'm going to hold it up to make sure that I have it to where I need it, and then, yeah, that looks pretty good. Move it over a tiny bit. I think that's pretty good. Does it look good to you guys? Okay. You know, and it's going to wobble a little because it's paper, but okay. So now we have the front and the back on, and let me get that dry on there. All right. What we're going to do is I'm going to not put this back piece on, but eventually this is going to go back here like this. Okay, that'll be the second part of that, all right? And then you'll have one on the front like that. This is our front piece. And then this will go on here, okay? And you won't be able to see. And that'll make it thicker, so it'll be like that. But I don't want to do that until I sew. I'm going to sew here. I'm going to sew all these little joints, okay? And I'm also going to put pockets and stuff on here. And I'm probably going to go ahead. I think I want to tear this a little bit more on top. Like right here. Maybe just a little bit. See if I can do this. Once it's together, it's a little bit harder. Not impossible, but harder. I don't really want to cut it, but I can always rough it up. There we go. I'm going to have to rough that up. I just want it to be a smoother transition. Okay. So let me rough that up a little bit because I don't like how it looks so smooth there, but I wanted it to dip down a little. You can easily do that. What I'm going to be doing on the plainer side is I have this collage paper, and this is for Halloween, and it's really cool. Actually, I think you could use it, well, not just for Halloween. I got to put this the pin in. I always wonder why I can't ever get my glue. So then I'm gonna do, I want to put that on basically this whole back side, okay? I know there's writing here, but that's okay. It'll still look good. I got everything over here. All kinds of stuff. Okay. So, and I'm not worried about that. I can go later and I'm going to go later with a water pen and do that. But I really want to put this all the way across the back. And that's what I want on the back. And I think it'll look really cool. I'm going to cut off a piece bigger than what I need, which would be, I don't know, you guys can't see because this thing's all the way over here. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off bigger than what I need so I have a little play. you know, when I bought this the first time, I was like, well, I don't know, what am I going to do with this? I have all these different papers and I love them. I use them all the time. They're great. They're just great. But see, I think you could use this anytime. I don't think you have to do it just for Halloween. In fact, I'm planning on it, you know. But it is the Halloween. Does it say Halloween on there? Yeah, Halloween. Collage paper. I don't know. It just says Halloween. Does it have a year on it? I don't know. 2022, so I guess it's this year. Oh, I just bought some Christmas stuff, and oh my gosh, I can't believe how fast that stuff sells out. Thank God I looked into it reasonably soon, because it was really, I mean, it just sells out super fast. So I am going to just simply coat this with a matte gel medium, which I seem to be doing a lot of lately. I'm going to just do that, and I think I'll be able to do the whole thing fairly quickly. So that was kind of the point in putting the whiter paper on the back. Okay, I got it pretty dry. It's not all the way dry, but it's dry enough to work with. So we're going to go ahead and do the next step. So that's what it looks like. I'll take a look. And I am going to just take this and turn it over, and this is where I ripped it. And this is just a water brush. You could use a paintbrush. And I'm just going to take this and kind of go all the way across with this, and then just kind of tear it. And I don't really care if it tears perfectly or not. It's just, if it's a little off, it doesn't really matter. And this should make it pretty easy to tear across. That way I can have that same kind of jaggedy edge. I don't really want any of the tissue paper sticking up. Like I said, I'm going to go ink all this and everything, but haven't done that yet. Okay. And that is all I'm going to do. If I can get that off of there. Again, a wet paintbrush would do the same thing, but it'll help you tear it right at that edge pretty easily. And what I want to do is I want to reinforce the little folds here with some washi tape, and I'm going to do it on this side because I think it'll look I'm going to do, does that look good on that side? Yeah, a little ink, I think that'll look good. This, of course, isn't going to show because we're going to have, that will be, you know, on there like that. Over here, and then this one will be over here. So it won't show. We're going to decorate those, but I don't want to do the other part until I want to do some sewing on here. And I don't really want to sew. I mean, this is still a little damp, and I've learned don't do that to your sewing machine, because that's what messes your sewing machine up, is the glue. Okay, I have a few choices here. I could use some mummy cloth, which I don't know. Let's see how it looks. I have a feeling I'm not going to do that because, let me see. I kind of want to put I could put mummy cloth on one side. I don't know if I need it on both sides, so that's kind of the deal. Let's fold this up and see how it looks. Okay, I have to remember which way it goes. Okay, that doesn't go there. Yeah, that goes like that. Okay, so that's the front. And here's all our fold lines. So eventually what's going to happen is this is just going to open up. And this is going to be like something you put on your mantle or whatever. And that's going to be where it's decorated. I don't think I'm going to do much to the back. I might do a little, but ultimately it's going to go kind of like that. But I want to, on all of these little fold lines, I think I want to reinforce them a little bit. So do I want to put mummy cloth there? Do I want to put, so you've got this wall. I don't think you're going to need a lot. Try the washi tape and see how that looks. You know, this matches it perfectly. I didn't even realize that when I picked this paper out. I just like the paper. And that's what's really cool, is that these backdrops, I mean, if you don't need a lot of paper, these work great. And most of his stuff that's, you know, now I will have to say a lot of the Christmas stuff is definitely Christmas, but yeah, I think I'm just going to put that on there, because once I put all my decorations and stuff on it, you won't even see that. So that will help. Where's my little card thing that I use? I don't know where it is. I'll just use my scissor. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my pockets on, and I'm going to use some of the worn wallpaper and some of the other papers. So this is the part that we're decorating. Just kind of get some things out that I think I might want to use. I think that would look good. These are one-sided, which is fine for this, but some people that have done this, they have their pockets sticking out the bottom and the top, and if you did that, you would probably want a two-sided paper. I like that. That'd be cool. I like that too. I don't want to do just wallpaper, but let me see. Do I like that better? There. Okay. So I'm going to take these, and I'm going to take each section, and I'm going to put a couple of pockets on, because we have like two. I have to move all this over so y'all can see. We have like two sections right here, and I'm going to put a pocket on each one, and I'm going to do them differently. I'm going to tear them, and I have so much glue on my fingers. And when you lay these out, you kind of have to think how they're going to look next to the next piece. I think I like that one there and that there. So I'm going to take this, and I had folded this because I was maybe going to do another piece, but I think this is plenty. So this is, let me just go ahead. I think I'm just going to tear it and kind of do a jaggedy piece here. And, right, and now I could tear the bottom and then leave it on there, but I'm just going to leave it like that. That might be too wide. My line is here, and my other line's here. Make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just tearing it, so I don't want it to look perfect. and I'm going to be sewing that. So the other side will get inked also. So this will have ink on it, and the bottom will be inked. You know. Right. Do that. Because it will be grunge. This is still damp, so I can't really sew it and show you. I'm going to wait overnight to make sure it's completely dry. That's how you really gunk up your machine, is the glue. It's not that it's hard for the machine to go through the paper, it's the glue that messes it up. Okay, so anyway, that is all we're going to do today. That is basically our structure. As I said, I'm going to sew around all the pockets and tucks and everything else, and then we will decorate it, and that'll be it. So it's probably going to be a two-part. I don't know. I don't think the decorating will take forever, but I don't ever know for sure. But that's how it's going to look, and I am going to put a closure on this when it's done, and I have something in mind. And again, this will have a piece up here, and that'll be decorated, and I'm not going to put that on until the very last. And then it'll have a piece on the back side, and they should all line up, which they do. Okay, and it'll have a closure on it, but when it sits, it'll be like that. It'll be like, okay, here's it on your mantle with all your stuff or whatever. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we will be back for part 2 of our Tim Holtz Halloween, and hopefully I'll get all the decorating done that time. So, all right, we'll see you. Take care.